Morning, let's get started. So, we're going to do today, we're going to start massaging some lovely acupressure points. So, crossing your arms, follow your collarbone out till you kind of feel like a little divot. So, we'll start there. So, taking your probably whatever fingers are most comfortable, feel into that little divot under your collarbone. Just give some gentle rubs. And this is lung two. What we're going to be doing today is sort of working with letting go, but more specifically, if it's appropriate for you, letting go of deep sadness that can get sort of condensed in our lungs. Sadness is the emotion connected to the lungs. So as you give these little circles, kind of bring in sort of loving kindness into your lungs. Now take a deep breath in as you're massaging, and exhale with a sigh. Let's do 3 of these. And one more deep breath in. Now slide your fingertips down about the width of your thumb, right? So you're going to go down just a little and out. And there's kind of a little valley. And that's a little bit of a valley that kind of in your chest and your shoulder. Now that's the beginning of your lung meridian. That's lung one. Has a really beautiful name, the middle palace. And one idea is it's sort of a sacred reminder of inspiration. And so it not only helps us sadness, but also connect to inspiration and inspiration from the divine. So same thing, kind of as you feel around, there's a spot that might be a little more tender. Gently massage with your fingertips. And as we do that, let's take a deep breath in and exhale out our mouth with a slow breath in and exhale out with a. Do one more like this. Exhaling out, letting go. Then take your hands and it's almost like giving yourself a little hug. And picture the healing energy of your palms and then connecting to your lungs, sending in actually pearly white light. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull out any cloudy gray energy. Let's just send it down to the earth. And then standing with your feet about hip width apart, closing your eyes, and sink your awareness down into your feet. Noticing how your feet makes contact with the earth. And then shift your weight a little bit to your heels. Sink into your heels. Soften your tailbone. Soften your chin. And then lift from the very crown of your head up to the heavens. And take a slow, deep out. Turn your attention inwards. And maybe if it feels right, turn your attention to your lungs. And see what you notice today. Or maybe go way in the back of your lungs, down to the bottom of your lungs. Opening your eyes. Taking your fingertips, kind of like little acupressure tools. We're going to put them back right in that spot. We're going to hit lungs 1 and 2. And what we're going to do is kind of do some shoulder rolls. So inhale as you lift your shoulders up and down. Now, depending on your shoulder mobility, which I don't have a lot of in one of my shoulders. So inhale up, elbows up, exhale down, and just kind of use your whole body as you do this. Opening up your shoulders. Let's do one more like this. Inhale up and down. So let's go backwards. So inhale back. Exhale down. Kind of noticing as you're waking up your shoulders, who else is involved? Maybe your hips and your knees and your ankles. Let's do one more. Take your left elbow and your left hip forward and lift up and around. And your right hip, your right elbow. And then with the breath feels right to you, inhaling as I lift up and exhale down. Now sort of opening up the side of your body and your hips. Oh, let's the other way. So inhale up and down. Moving from your center, right? So it's actually your hips that are helping you move more. And testing out what feels right in your range of motion today. Let's do one more. And as we're doing this, we're actually sort of stimulating those lung points again. Shake it out. And then standing with your feet a little wider in hip width. Start turning your hips in your waist. This time we're going to let our back heel lift up. And we're going to slap on those points again. So see if it tries to exhale as you slap those lungs 1 and 2. Move from your hip to waist, giving taps to those lungs. Imagine your arms are kind of empty clothes, like just let the heavy swing around. Looking over your shoulder if that feels right. Maybe each time twisting a little farther if that feels right this morning. Let's just do a few more. Just slow it down. And turn your attention inwards. And just see what you notice. And then opening your eyes, lifting up your elbows. Let's take an inhale as you look up at the heavens. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone under. Bring your chin towards your chest. Your knees bent, sort of isolating your spine. Inhale and exhale. Sort of yoga fans, cat and cow standing up. So exhale, round your whole spine. Inhale, feel the front of your spine. Exhale, feel your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your skull. And inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. And slow it down. Shake it out. I thought we'd do a series of movements to help kind of open up our hips and our arms. So stand with your feet close together. Bring your hands, palms together. Bring them right in the middle of your chest. And one of my favorite acupressure points. So conception vessel 17, right in the middle of your chest. Give a little rub. And then take a slow, deep breath into your belly. They're great for emotional balance. So take a breath in. As you lift your palms and push your hips forward and tighten your glutes. And then exhale, bring your hands behind your head, bend down, squat, sliding your hips back. So inhale, push your hips forward, straighten your arms if they straighten. Exhale, squat down. So inhale, push, stretch like an arrow. Exhale, sink to the earth. Inhale, squeeze your thighs and your glutes. And then exhale as you squat down. Make sure your hips are coming back so you have a great view of your toes. Protect your knees. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up and then floating your arms out, shoulder height. fold forward, and a forward fold. And bending your knees if that's helpful. And take a few breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, inviting the muscles in your lower back. Just soften on the backs of your legs. And then interlacing your fingers. Your next inhale, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone under, and roll up. And as you roll up, picture pulling energy up the bottom of your feet, up your legs. And then rotate your palms to the heavens and stand up on your toes. We're lifting the bubbling springs. An acupressure point right in the middle of the ball of our feet. Drop your heels down. And as you inhale, push to one side and push through your palms. Take a few breaths here. And then on your next inhales, switch to the other side, pushing through those palms, stretching inside of your arms, the side of your body. And then inhale to center. Float your arms down. And we're going to do another forward fold. And I'll do it sideways so you can sort of see what we're going to do. So do a forward fold. And then take your right knee and bend it just a little bit. And take your left hand. No, bend your right leg. Take your right hand, put it on the shin of your left leg. It's kind of like your elbow is going to be right there on the inside of your right leg, right? So your right leg is bent. Your right elbow is kind of inside of that knee. Take your left hand and put it on your lower back. And then on your next exhale, do just a little twist as you kind of look up. Kind of opening up our lower back and the back of our legs. Take a few breaths here. And then forward fold. And we'll do the same on the other side. So bending your left knee. Take your left arm so that your hand is kind of on your lower shin. Your left elbow is kind of on the inside of your left leg. And then your right hand's on your lower back. And if it feels right, do a little twist. I don't know about you all, but I find this kind of amazing. So see how it feels. And then let it go. And clasping your fingers, roll up. And facing your palms to the heavens, stand up, raising those bubbling springs, and drop down. And floating your arms down. Let's push through your fingertips. And then drop your head over to the right. When I take to make sure that you're, believe it or not, I am dropping my head. So each of us has our own neck mobility. And then make a little circle with your chin with kindness and checking out, just inviting those muscles in your traps to just soften and let go. They don't have to work so hard. Let me be the other way around. And then slowly drop your chin to your chest. And then with care, bring your ear over to the other side. Let that ear kind of come close to your shoulder, close, thinking about it. And then kind of explore. I find this kind of interesting. Instead of thinking my ear going down to my shoulder, think of your ear that's facing the heavens, kind of going up to the heavens. And each time, maybe lifting just a little micro movement. And then see how circles feel. And your chin. And then circle the other way. And then shake it out. And then taking your right leg forward, left leg back. Have your left leg bent. Your hands at heart center again. And then on your next inhale, straighten both your legs. And then as you exhale, sinking your front knee so that you can see your toe. And your back leg should be bent a little, kind of opening up your hip flexors. So inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink into that back leg. Inhale, straighten. And this time as you sink, keep your back leg straight. And maybe look up, feeling how your balance is today. And then shake it out. And we'll do the other way. So now your left leg will be forward. Can you see your back leg is a little bent? I'll do it this way, see if that helps. So hands at heart center. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, sink to the earth as you bend your front leg and also sink in your back leg. And notice I adjusted because I thought, whoa, I think my knee's getting too far forward. So I can, now when I look down, I see my toe poking out. So inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink down. Let's do one more. Inhale, straighten. As you exhale, keep your back leg straight. Keep your arms up. And if it feels right, look up, opening your chest to the heavens. And then shake it out. And then standing with your feet close together, your palms to your heart center. We're going to do the Boa Sheds skin, such a favorite of mine, so I hope you enjoy it. So to start this movement, I'll come a little closer so you can see your fingertips are just going to come forward. So that's the start. Kind of roll forward. Bring your tips of your fingers together and around. It's something not really to think too much about. Just kind of wing it. So just do one more. So that's the beginning. So we'll start. We'll do that little roll. You're going to push your hips forward. Imagine gathering the biggest chi ball and then pull that chi ball in to your heart center and your lungs. Now push it down into your lower belly. Now your lower belly is now all full of all this beautiful chi. So it's going to push out what no longer serves us. So now the back of your palms are going to pull out what doesn't serve you. And then you're going to fold forward as you and you release it. And then bring the backs of your hands together. Tuck your tailbone under and roll up. And then gather that chi ball once again to your heart center. So that's the whole movement. And we'll do it with our, take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, push your hips forward, pulling that energy into your center. Exhale, pushing it down. Inhale, pull up what no longer serves us, and exhale, release it to the earth. Then inhale, tuck your tailbone under, backs of your hands together as you roll up. Gather that chi one more time to your heart center. So take a breath in and exhale. Inhale and gather. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, pull out what no longer serves you. And then just release it to the earth. And inhale, pull up healing energy from the earth. Gather more from the universe. Pull it all into your heart center. Let's do one more. Breath in. Then inhale as you roll up, gathering that chi ball and bring it to your heart center. And take a moment to turn your attention inward. Let's see what you notice. And then shake out your arms, bounce into your heels. And then next inhale, stand up on your toes, bring your palms together, and let's just do 3 of these. So inhale. There's our second one. And then our last one. And slow it down. And then feel your feet as they're getting into the earth. And your tailbone as it's also soft. The crown of your head lifting up. Placing your hands on your thighs. Glide your hips back as you kind of push your chin out. And then you're going to tuck your tailbone under. And you're going to pull your chin up and around. You're kind of dropping like a little circle or an oval. So with your breath, exhale out. And then inhale. And I'll do it sideways if that helps. So glide your hips back as your chin. And then, yeah. And just sort of enjoy that movement of your spine as it kind of rolls. Do 2 more. And inhale. Undulation of our spine. We're going to feel in a lot of the movements we're doing today. So that same kind of like wave feeling up and down your spine. Your feet out wide as your hips. You're going to rotate your arms so that the back of your hands are toward each other. Glide your hips back. Like that, yeah. And then tuck your tailbone under and roll up, pulling your fingertips to about your collarbone. And then drop your elbows as your arms come around. So glide your hips back. Inhale up. And exhale down. And as your arms are coming around, now your hips are gliding. So inhale, tuck your tailbone under. Exhale, your arms come around as your hips glide back. On the fountain, so just picture pulling energy up the bottom of your feet and then out your arms like a fountain. And sort of do this. Almost imagine like you're a boat on the river. And the river is just taking you along for this sort of like smooth, effortless ride. So inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Now bringing your hands right in front of your, pull your hands apart just a little bit. Now bring them together. Put your awareness in between your palms. I like to inhale as I open. Exhale, close, but different. Just notice that energy on your palms. What we're doing is we're sort of building a, take that ball to your lower belly, and you're going to pull it up smack in the middle of you. That's your central channel. Up to palms will rotate, and then float your arms down. So inhale, bring that chi ball up right in the middle, and then in the crown of your head, out. So inhale, bringing that chi ball up. And the crown of our head is our byway point. We want that nice and open. It helps us sort of connect to spirit, to inspiration. So inhale. And exhale, float down. Inhale, bring that chi ball up. And around. And we'll do one more. And bring your hands back. Inhale and exhale, checking on your chi ball. And we're going to put all of those movements we just did together. So we're going to start with my all-time very first flowing movement I learned, and it's still my absolute favorite. And it's embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. And the tiger is our like inner power, right? So embrace that inner power and then return to the mountain. That's our sort of stillness, right? And that's our inner peace. So we're going to embrace that power, and we're going to also be very grounded in our own selves, connected to the earth, in our own stillness. So take a breath in. Take your chi ball and glide your hips back just like we've done in the past. Tuck your tailbone under and roll up like the fountain. But just when you get to your collarbone, drop your elbows. Now sink your chest and your knees as you push. And now float your arms around in a circle. So with our breath, take a breath in. Exhale. Now inhale, tuck your tailbone under. Exhale, push past any limitations. And inhale, gather. So exhale, inhale, roll up. Drop your elbows, sink your chest and your knees. And then inhale and gather. Let's do one more. So exhale. Inhale, roll up. Push. Inhale and gather. So now we're going to take this same movement and we're going to add another piece. And so we're going to add that chi ball coming up our central channel. So take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, tuck your tailbone under as you roll up. Exhale, push forward. This time as you inhale, lift your hands way above your head and imagine what you're doing is you're opening up a portal to the universe, and it's going to pour that energy right into that middle crown of our head, that byway point. Float your arms down. Now you're going to spiral and connect to the energy of the earth. Now pull that up and then take your middle fingers and lightly touch the very top of your head, the crown of your head or your byway point. And picture pouring all that energy into your body. Now bring your elbows together and just about an inch from your body, inch or two, have like a chi shower. Float your arms up and float your arms down. And that's the whole movement. So take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, push forward. Now here's the new part. Inhale, way above your head. Open up that portal to the universe. Spiral and connect to the energy of the earth and bring all of it. And then lightly touching the crown of your head, take a breath in. And then exhale. Another breath in. Now, as you exhale, bring your elbows together and pull. Invite that showering chi. Inhale, float up. And exhale down. Take a breath in. And exhale. Pushing past those limitations. Now, opening up that portal. Connect to that earth. Gather all of that. Pour it in, lightly touching the crown of your head. Take a breath in. And exhale out. Take another breath in. Now bringing your elbows together, float that energy down, float up and down. Let's do one more. Take a breath in. And your exhale, bringing your elbows together, pulling that energy down into your lower belly, standing with your feet close together, closing your eyes, sinking your awareness deep into your feet, and letting your body just rock and sway. Little movements like your seaweed in the ocean, lifting from that crown of your head, your byway point, connecting to the inspiration of the universe. And maybe dropping your awareness into your lungs, picturing that pearly white light as you inhale. As you exhale, releasing any cloudy gray energy. Another big breath in, slow, deep breath in, and exhale out. And thank you for joining me, and may you have a wonderful week.